My tenant Brandon living my house 2 years. Paying $3,000 monthly rent. First 6 months regular payments. Then payments delayed. 9th month, nothing paid. Started eviction, court process 4 months. Decision came. Eviction in 10 days. Sent sheriff. Empty the house. 10 days later, sheriff called. Strange situation, he said, can you come? Went to my house. Brandon standing doorway, smiling. Sheriff beside him. Said Brandon showed me documents. Can't interfere. Legal dispute this. Go to court. What documents, I said. Sheriff showed. Adverse possession claim. Brandon filed court. Claims house his now. 2 years living here. Continuous, uninterrupted. Open notorious. Owner abandoned. California law says 5 years, but special situation. House his now, he says. I was shocked. Said this my house. Brandon tenant. Rental contract exists. Brandon said no, I was caretaker. You were abroad. Abandoned house. I lived, maintained. My right now. Lie, I said. Same city I was. Never left. Brandon said prove it court. My name Russell Drake. 46 years old. And my tenant trying steal my house. Let me start beginning. Russell Drake, 46. Owned 3 rental properties. San Diego area. Investment properties. Good income. Passive mostly. Property managers handle tenants. But one property I managed myself. Small house. 2-bedroom. Nice neighborhood. Purchased 8 years ago. Rented out always. Good tenants mostly. 2 years ago, previous tenant moved out. Listed property rental. $3,000 monthly. Fair market rate. Applications came. Reviewed them. Brandon Miller applied. 38 years old. Software engineer. Good credit score. Stable employment. References checked out. Seemed perfect tenant. Approved application. Signed lease. 1-year term. Standard California lease. Move-in date scheduled. Brandon moved in. First month rent paid. Security deposit paid. $6,000 total upfront. Everything proper. Professional. Normal. First 6 months perfect. Rent arrived first day. Every month. No issues. No complaints. No maintenance requests. Ideal tenant. Exactly want. Month 7 rent came, but 5 days late. Called Brandon. Apologized profusely. Bank issue, he said. Transfer delayed. Next month will be early. Believed him. Happens sometimes. Month 8 rent came. Week late this time. Called again. Said sorry, work travel forgot. Paid now though. Okay, I said. But concerning. Pattern emerging. Month 9 rent didn't come. First day passed. 5th day passed. 10th day passed. Called Brandon. Voicemail. Texted. No response. Emailed. Nothing. Drove to property. Knocked door. No answer. Car in driveway though. Someone home. Knocked harder. Finally door opened. Brandon there. Casual. Relaxed. Said, oh hi, Russell. What's up? Said, what's up? Rent. 9 days late. Where is it? Brandon said, oh yeah, about that. Having financial situation. Lost job, actually. Severance running out. Can't pay right now. Need few months figure things out. Said few months. Lease says rent due first. Today 9th. Already late. Pay now or eviction starts. Brandon said eviction. Really? That harsh? I'm good tenant. Just temporary problem. Give me time. Said gave you time. 9 days. Contract says rent first. Not negotiable. Pay by tomorrow or notice served. Brandon face changed. Cold. Said fine. Do what you must. But won't be easy. California tenant laws. Strong protections. Take months evict me. Maybe year. Good luck. Closed door. My face. Shocked. Tenant threatening me. My property. Refusing pay. California laws protect tenants, everyone knows. Horror stories landlords, evictions taking year or more, tenants living free, destroying properties. Nightmare. Next day served 3-day pay or quit notice. Legal requirement, California. Tenant has 3 days. Pay full rent, or leave, or eviction filed. Posted notice door. Emailed copy. Certified mail sent. Everything documented. Proper procedure. 3 days passed. No payment. No contact. Nothing. Filed unlawful detainer. Eviction lawsuit. Courthouse. Paperwork filed. Court date scheduled. 6 weeks out. California courts backlogged. COVID delays. Housing crisis. Tenant protections. System overwhelmed. 6 weeks minimum. Probably longer. Court date came. 8 weeks actually. Brandon appeared. With attorney. Free legal aid. Tenant rights organization. Attorney filed response. Claimed improper notice. Claimed habitability issues. Mold. Plumbing. Electrical. Never mentioned before. Suddenly issues. Documented with photos. Looked fake. Staged. But claims made. Judge said need investigation. Continued hearing. Another 6 weeks. Next hearing came. 10 weeks later. Total 4 months now. No rent. Zero. $12,000 owed. Brandon still living there. Free. Attorney argued more delays. Need expert testimony. Habitability expert. Mold inspector. Code enforcement. Judge agreed. Another continuation. 4 more weeks. Finally, 5th month. Trial date. Evidence presented. Lease shown. Payment records. Brandon's non-payment clear. Attorney's habitability claims. Inspected by court. No mold found. Plumbing fine. Electrical fine. All fabricated. Delays only. Judge ruled. Eviction granted. Possession returned landlord. Brandon must leave. 10 days. Relief. Finally. 5 months process. $15,000 rent lost. Legal fees $8,000. Total $23,000. But over. Getting property back. 10 days. Day 8 sheriff scheduled. Lockout enforcement. Went with sheriff. Arrived property. Brandon door. Calm. Smiling even. Sheriff said, Mr. Miller, time leave. Court order. Must vacate now. Brandon said, actually, sheriff, have something show you. Pulled documents. Folder thick. Handed sheriff. Sheriff read. Face confused. Looked me. Looked Brandon. Said this legal issue. Can't enforce. Need return court. What I said. What documents? Sheriff showed me. Adverse possession claim. Filed court. Brandon claiming ownership. Property his now. Based California adverse possession law. Requirements listed. Continuous possession 2 years minimum. Open and notorious occupation. Hostile to owner. Exclusive possession. Paying property taxes. All requirements met. Brandon claims. Therefore property his. Ownership transferred. Eviction invalid. Sheriff said this civil matter. Beyond my authority. You two need resolve court. Left. Just left. Stood there. Shocked. Frozen. Brandon smiling. Said, see you court, Russell. Closed door. My face. Again. Called attorney immediately. Emergency. Explained situation. Adverse possession claim. Brandon claiming house. Attorney said what? That's insane. He's tenant. Has lease. Can't claim adverse possession. I said he filed court. Documents official. Claims he's not tenant. Was caretaker. I abandoned property. He maintained it. 2 years. Owns it now. Attorney said caretaker. You hired him caretaker. No, I said. Tenant. Rental lease. We have contract. Attorney said good. Contract proves tenant relationship, not caretaker. Adverse possession requires hostile possession. Tenant not hostile. Paying rent. Permission basis. Can't claim adverse possession. We'll fight this. Easily. Court hearing scheduled. Adverse possession claim. 6 weeks out. Again delays. Brandon living there. Still. Free. Now claiming ownership. 7 months total. $21,000 rent lost. Legal fees $12,000 now. Mounting. Researched adverse possession. California law. Requirements strict. 5 years continuous usually. But exceptions exist. 2 years possible if paying property taxes. Open notorious possession. Hostile to owner. Without permission. Exclusive use. Brandon claiming all this. But lies. He's tenant. Contract proves. Property taxes I pay, not him. Claims fabricated, but must prove court. Hearing came. Both sides presented. My attorney, lease contract. Proof tenant relationship. Payment records first 6 months. Security deposit. Everything documented. Tenant not adverse possessor. Permission-based occupancy. Can't claim ownership. Brandon attorney. Different story. Said no lease. Document shown fake. Brandon never signed. Forced signature. Fraud. Brandon was caretaker hired verbally. Russell lived abroad. Dubai working. 2 years gone. Property abandoned. Brandon maintained. Lived there. Cared for property. Open notorious. Neighbors confirm. Paid property taxes. Showed tax payment receipts. 2 years. Meets requirements. Ownership his. I was stunned. All lies. Never lived Dubai. Never hired caretaker. Lease real. His signature real. Tax receipts. Where from? How? My attorney objected. Tax receipts fraudulent. Property tax records public. Checked. Russell Drake paid taxes. Always. Not Brandon Miller. Receipts fake. Brandon attorney said prove it. Bring county records. Judge agreed. Continued hearing. 2 weeks. Get tax records. Official. Got county tax records. Official certified copies. Russell Drake paid property taxes. Every year, including 2 years Brandon claims. 0 payments. Brandon Miller. Name doesn't appear. Records clear. Proof solid. Next hearing. Presented tax records. County certified. Brandon paid nothing. Claims false. His attorney argued records wrong. County makes mistakes. Brandon has receipts. Proof payment. Judge examined receipts closely. Asked county. Confirm these payments. County representative called. Testified. No record Brandon Miller. Payments shown receipts. Not in system. Receipts fraudulent. Brandon attorney scrambled. Said maybe different name. Maybe cash payments. Not recorded. Judge said cash payments property tax. Doesn't happen. County requires check or electronic. Recorded always. These receipts fake. Brandon attorney had nothing. No response. Judge turned Brandon. You fabricated these. Yes or no? Brandon said I paid someone. They told me handled. Maybe they didn't. Not my fault. Judge said you claimed paid taxes. Showed fake receipts. Lied under oath. That's perjury. Brandon silent. Judge examined lease. Signature analysis. Court expert. Compared Brandon's signature, driver license, court documents, previous signatures, matched lease signature, same person. Brandon signed lease. Not forced, not fraud. Legitimate. Judge heard neighbors. Testified. Did Brandon live there? Yes. Did he maintain property? Yes. Did they know Russell? Never saw him. Thought Brandon owner. My attorney cross-examined. Did Brandon tell you owner? Some said yes. Some said assumed. Did you see Russell? No, but doesn't mean wasn't there. Different schedules, maybe. Plus, Russell lived different city. Visited property occasionally. Not required live there. Investment property. Legal. Judge ruled. Adverse possession denied. Requirements not met. Brandon was tenant. Lease proves. Tax payments fabricated. Perjury committed. Eviction reinstated. Immediate enforcement. Plus sanctions. Brandon pay my legal fees. $15,000. Plus perjury charges referred. District attorney. Criminal investigation. Sheriff returned. Next day. Brandon escorted out. Property returned. Finally. 9 months total. $27,000 rent lost. Legal fees $20,000 before sanctions. Brandon ordered pay $15,000. Maybe will. Probably won't. Judgment versus collection. Different things. Entered property. Damage everywhere. Walls holes, carpet stained, kitchen destroyed, appliances gone, fixtures removed, cabinets damaged, bathrooms trashed, intentional, vindictive, revenge. Repair estimate $35,000. Security deposit $6,000. Covers nothing. Sued Brandon damages. Another lawsuit. Another process. Brandon disappeared. Moved unknown location. Served papers. Address invalid. Can't find him. Judgment granted default. $40,000 total. Rent plus damages. But collecting. Impossible. No assets found. No employment found. Vanished. Judgment worthless paper. Perjury charges filed. District attorney prosecuted. Brandon arrested. Finally. Bond posted. Someone. Trial scheduled. Took year. Brandon convicted. Perjury. Filing false documents. Fraud. Sentenced 18 months county jail. Restitution ordered. $40,000. To me. Paid from jail earnings. Pennies. Decades take. Never see full amount. But justice. Some. Brandon criminal now. Record permanent. Reputation destroyed. Repaired property. $35,000 spent. Rented again. New tenant. Vetted thoroughly. Background check deep. Employment verified. References called. Bank statements reviewed. Everything checked. Lease ironclad. California attorney drafted. Every loophole closed. Every scenario covered. Protection maximum. 2 years later. Current. Property fine. Tenant pays. On time. Every month. No issues. But scarred. Paranoid now. Check property weekly. Drive by. Verify occupied. Verify maintained. Trust gone. Every tenant suspect. Every delay feared. PTSD landlord. Real thing. Learned lessons. First California tenant laws. Insane. Protections extreme. Abuse encouraged. System broken. Eviction nightmare. 9 months. 27,000 lost. Criminal tenant. Living free. Destroying property. System allowed. Second adverse possession. Real threat. Tenants claim ownership. Happens. Must fight. Document everything. Taxes especially. Prove ownership constantly. Third screen tenants ruthlessly. Credit not enough. Employment not enough. Deep dive needed. Background, references, history, everything. Fourth lease matters. Details critical. Attorney drafted. California specific. Protections built in. Fifth enforcement expensive. Time consuming. Emotional draining. But necessary. Can't let slide. Must fight. Protect property. Protect investment. Advice landlords, especially California. Document everything. Every payment. Every communication. Every inspection. Everything. Proof saves you. Second, respond immediately. Late rent. Day 1. Notice served. Day 4. No mercy. Delays cost. Third, use attorneys. Experienced. Real estate specific. California experts. DIY fails. Fourth, inspect regularly. Monthly minimum. Verify condition. Verify occupancy. Catch problems early. Fifth, evict fast. First, missed payment. Start process. Don't wait. Don't hope. Act. Sixth, no laws. California tenant protections. Strongest nation. Evictions hard. Learn process. Understand rights. Landlord rights exist. Barely. But exist. Seventh, adverse possession. Real threat. Monitor property. Pay taxes. Prove ownership. Document visits. Everything. Brandon aftermath. Jail 18 months. Released early. Good behavior. 12 months actual. Restitution. Paying $25 monthly. $40,000 owed. 133 years payoff. Laughable. Never collect. But garnishment automatic. Something. Credit destroyed. Criminal record. Employment hard. Background checks fail. Rental applications denied. Everywhere. Karma. Some. Not enough. But some. My losses. Total. $27,000 rent. 35,000 repairs, 20,000 legal before sanctions, 15 recovered sanctions, net 67,000. One property, 9 months, plus time, stress, anxiety, health, relationships, marriage strained. Wife said, sell properties. Too much stress. Worth it, almost agreed. But didn't. Investment sound. Long term, just bad tenant. Unlucky. Move forward. Current situation. 3 properties still. All rented. All performing. Cautious now. Careful. Thorough. Brandon taught lessons. Expensive lessons. Painful lessons. But learned. Better landlord now. Smarter. Tougher. Protected. Message landlords everywhere. Tenant problems. Happen. Anywhere. California especially. But everywhere. Protect yourself. Screen hard. Document everything. Respond fast. Use professionals. Know laws. Fight when necessary. Don't surrender. Property yours. Investment yours. Rights yours. Defend them. Brandon tried Steelhouse. Legally. Almost worked. System allowed. But fought. Won. Eventually. Expensively. But won. You can too. Stand firm. Fight back. Win. Tenants thinking this. Don't. Adverse possession. Not easy. Not quick. Not guaranteed. Requirements strict. Proof needed. Real proof. Not lies. Brandon lied. Lost. Criminal now. Destroyed life. Over house. Wasn't his. Never was. Never would be. Greed. Entitlement. Delusion. Cost everything. Don't be Brandon. Pay rent. Honor lease. Leave peacefully. Legal way. Right way. Only way. Final thought. Property ownership. America. Fundamental right. Sanctity law. But challenged. Squatters. Bad tenants. Adverse possession claims. System enables. Sometimes. Must fight. Prove ownership. Defend property. Constantly. Vigilantly. Exhaustingly but necessarily. Brandon challenged. I fought. I won. You will too. If you fight. If you persist. If you prove. Justice slow. Justice expensive. But justice exists. Eventually. Finally. Yours. My name Russell Drake. 46 years old. Property owner. Landlord. Investor. Brandon victim. Also Brandon vanquisher. He tried. 9 months. Multiple lies. Fake documents. Perjury. Fraud. All failed. Evicted. Convicted. Destroyed. I standing. Properties intact. Investments sound. Lessons learned. Stronger now. Wiser now. Protected now. Brandon tried to steal my house. Didn't work. Won't work. Never works. If you fight. Always fight. Never surrender. Property yours. Keep it. Protect it. Fight for it. Always. Forever. Necessarily.